21. 21. Bro, we dreamed and we got a wish. Morocco, they beat Portugal. Bro, do you believe this? I couldn't be, bro. I was yesterday, I was like in disbelief, literally.
Yeah, I still kind of can't really believe it, to be honest. What them and Croatia have done, really. But it's history, man. We got our first African semifinalist,
Yeah, man, that's nuts.
and it just goes to show that, like, with new lows, like in 2018 for Africa, comes new highs, like this year.
This is amazing, man. So let's talk about this game. And it would have been nice if we got to talk about it yesterday, but things happen, life happens, and we couldn't meet up to do this. But we're here. Better late than never. Are you drinking a Budweiser?
Oh no, this is like it's a diet Dr Pepper.
Oh, I thought you were drinking a Budweiser, you know what I mean? Because Budweiser man of the match, man. It has to be Yusuf Edeziri for that leap. But I don't think he got it. I don't think he got the man of the match though. Did he? Did he get the man of the match?
um, I think
Oh,
he did.
oh, he did. Okay. But yo, that leap, I heard someone refer to it as a dunk. He literally leapt so high and he towered above Ruben Diaz, who was flat footed. I think Ruben Diaz was actually kind of, you know, preventing him from like protecting the ball so that the goalkeeper could come out and grab the ball in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Yusuf Enazari, man, that leap was sick. And that header down in the ground into the roof of the net, I couldn't believe it, bro.
When he rose to meet that with his head, I didn't think he was going to get on the end of it. I thought that cross was going out for a goal kick, but he leaped like a guy with springs in his shoes.
Literally, man. Listen,
Yeah.
that is what you call rising to the occasion, and that is exactly what Morocco did on the day. They rose to the occasion. I still cannot believe this. 1-0 over Portugal, a Portugal team that had just defeated Switzerland 6-1.
Yeah.
Played almost the same team with one change made in Ruben Neves and William Carvalho. I think this game would have suited William Carvalho a bit more in terms of like the midfield battle because Sofian Amrabat, man, I don't know. This was this guy this good before the World Cup? Because this World Cup, he's just gone up a couple levels, man. Seriously.
Yeah, I don't think he was. I think he was relatively quiet at the AFCON earlier this year.
Yeah, he's been just regular. You know what I mean? He's a good player. I would say he was decent. He was pretty decent. You know what I mean? And he just turned into a total beast for this World Cup. The man is look. I actually took a look at Sofian Amrabat's heat map. He never ever ventures into the attack. He
Wow.
just stays in defense and in the midfield for the entire game. I was like, my mind was blown. I couldn't listen. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I got to pull that up actually so that you could see for yourself. You need to see this. You really need to see this because I couldn't believe it. And if you check Hakimi's heat map as well, he never goes over to the left side. So it's like these guys are so freaking disciplined. And that is what, the Moroccan team, it's based on and players staying in their position and not going all over the place. And that's why they're so good defensively when you really think about it. I was like, I figured it out. It's like I felt like I cracked the code. And look at this heat map, bro. Look at this heat map at the World Cup. Where's the heat map? I need to find the heat map at the World Cup. Right there. Look at
Yeah.
this heat map. Look at that heat map.
Oh my
The
gosh.
man never goes into the box. He never goes into the opposition box. Never. Never. That's not his thing. You see that? That is why they've been so good. A lot of the times he's helping out at right back. You see that? He's
Yep.
helping out a lot down the right side. And that's why they've been so disciplined, man. And keeping this Portuguese team scoreless after they had just scored 6. Bruno Fernandes, who did glance off the post, Gonzalo Ramos, João Felix, forced a big save out of Bonu. You had Ronaldo on the field, you had Bernardo Silva, you had Rafael Leao, who came on and really looked good. And none of these guys could beat the Moroccan goalkeeper. They could not penetrate the defense.
Yeah, Morocco have not conceded a goal yet in the semifinal. I know they have the own goal Canada. I don't count that personally. You and I were saying it was going to be an uphill battle because Portugal had really come to life in that match against Switzerland. Not only did they put Portugal away in 90 minutes, they kept a clean sheet yet again against them. And I think, yeah, it's down to Amrabat. I think he's really the anchor in that midfield, and he pieces together that back line. And like you said, he drops in deep when he needs to help out at right back. And it's a winning formula for Morocco, and they're doing it while still creating a lot of chances going forward. Because this match, it's easy if someone didn't watch this game, it's easy to look at it and be like, oh, maybe they bunkered down, they scored off a set piece. Morocco could have made this 2-3-0. The second half finishing, which we'll get to in a moment, I'm sure you'll bring up, it was atrocious. That's the only real criticism I have for them. Of course, Portugal had a lot of chances to come back into the game as well, but this could have been 2-3-0 for either way. Yeah. And Morocco could have ended up winning this game comfortably. I really think they could have won comfortably.
Yeah, Abouklal did have a great chance at the end there, that he didn't put away. But look at the stats. It speaks for itself. 9 shots, 3 on target for Morocco with only 26% of the ball. And look at Portugal. They were restricted to 12 opportunities, 12 shots, 3 on target.
Same as Morocco.
Which is crazy when you think about it. That's how much, they restrict their opponent. That's how much they stifle and suffocate you as a team. And that is what the game is based on. But as you mentioned, they're also very good at creating chances going forward down the right through Hakimi. And, of course, Ziyech cutting in on his left, Boufal over on the other side. Another player that deserves a whole lot of credit is Azzedine Ounahi. Oh, my God. He was massive in that game. Some of the runs he made, I was like, wow. Wow. And the thing is, Ounahi and Boufal, they're playing for Angers, and Angers are like suffering right now in Ligue 1. And I don't know if because this World Cup is being held in the middle of the season, why you could see a team like Croatia, or not Croatia Croatia to a lesser extent, but Morocco, with a lot of these players basically, that some of us never heard about before, are rising to the occasion because they haven't really been playing at these high levels for the entire season. You see what I mean? Like, you're bringing guys like Nayef Aguerd. He just came back from an injury, so he was pretty fresh until he got injured. Roman Saiz, he's over there in Turkey. Then you have Ounahi, Boufal, and Ezari hardly did anything for Sevilla. He has not scored a goal for Sevilla this season, so he's hungry. You see what I mean? Ziyech hardly kick a ball for Chelsea. He's not playing enough for Chelsea. Mazraoui hardly playing for Bayern Munich as well. Hakimi, he's playing for PSG. They breezing Ligue 1. So you get a picture. Plus, they have all these players that's coming in from local as well, who plays for, some local teams, in Morocco, as well as youngsters like Abde and Abouklal, Sabiri. So you could see the whole team dynamic. And another thing, too, they play as a team. They don't have a specific ego in the team that overshadows what they do, like a Ronaldo. You see what I mean?
No, everyone knows their role.
Exactly.
And they can switch off at any moment and assume any other role to help out elsewhere in the pitch. And psychologically, they're riding a big high right now.
Bro, I'm telling you, be in Belgium, Spain, and of course Portugal. How many teams could say that they do this? Even bigger teams. This is no easy feat.
No.
What Morocco have done here is something special first African team to make it to the semis and only the third team outside of South America and Europe to do so after the USA did it back in the day. We don't even count that. And of course, South Korea did it in 2002. And that was a controversial run to the semis as well. Morocco, I think they are probably the purest team outside of Europe and South America to do this.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a good case. I mean, they're in very small company to begin with, and this is one of the biggest like upset runs in World Cup history. Maybe it's the biggest, and it could very well yet prove to be the biggest if they can continue.
Two more wins. Could you believe this? 2 more wins, and these guys are world champions. Do you know what this would do to Moroccan football, bro? Do you know what this would do to Moroccan football? Listen, if Argentina wins, all right, nothing really changes. If France wins, nothing really changes. But if Croatia or Morocco wins this World Cup, oh, man, listen, man, we will be talking about this for years and years, decades upon decades to come. You see what I mean? Because this is a special, special run that these guys have been on. Big up to Walid Regragui, because since he's taken charge, they haven't lost a game and not even conceding a goal from the opposition, not even in a penalty shootout, bro.
They're not about that life, Dom. They don't want to give up goals.
Wait, by the way, is that your laptop fan making all that noise, bro?
No, that's the central heat.
I was like, God damn. Anyways, look, bro. Let's talk about Portugal, and let's talk about Ronaldo's legacy. What is this going to do to his legacy?
This exit specifically?
Yeah, first of all, he came into the World Cup on controversial terms, basically. You know what I mean? With the whole and you question the timing of when Ronaldo does things, because why did he do this after the before the World Cup? You see what I'm saying?
Like a few days before the World Cup.
Yeah, that surely would have affected things all over him, his mind as well. And you think maybe you should have waited until the World Cup was over. Give yourself some time and then get your personal business in order. Take care of that after the national team duties. But he put himself first. That is why Man United sacked him, because he went and did the interview. Look, I don't have no problem with him doing the interview. That's his personal thing. If he chose not to want to play with Man United no more, criticize them, that's their thing. But he should have waited, because it went and he ate up the spotlight. He came into the World Cup. He scored a penalty that should not have been even given a penalty in the first place. And then he tried to claim a goal that did not even touch him. You see what I mean? And then he ended up getting benched. And the player that he was benched for went and scored a hat-trick. And then he came on 50th minute and didn't do a thing. Well, to be fair to him, he tested Bono a couple times. Unfortunate not to score late. Remember when he had that chance?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good save by Bono. That was one of the shots on target, by the way. And but apart from that, he didn't do anything. And you maybe think, did Santos bring him on too early, or should he have started both Ronaldo and Gonzalo Ramos? But what are your thoughts on the whole Ronaldo situation? Him potentially never winning a World Cup throughout his career, and he wasn't even on the pitch when they won the Euros. So
I don't think not winning the World Cup will diminish his legacy overall. I think that he will still go down as one of the most prolific goal scorers in the history of the sport, one of the greats of our generation and of all time. Portugal going out to Morocco in the quarterfinal, though, it's not a very glitz and glamour kind of ending to his career. And I agree. I think that he brought a little bit of unsteady vibes with that whole drama with Ten Hag and Man United entering this tournament. Even if it didn't personally affect his relationship with his teammates, still, you don't want to have that right before a tournament. It's just you want there to be everything be drama free. I think. Um, as far as his legacy overall, um, he walked off the pitch and the camera showed him he was crying. He was in tears.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to take that much of a hit. I mean, there will be some people who say that like his ego was his own undoing in this World Cup, but I honestly think Morocco have just been executing the perfect game plan every match they've come into. And we were talking earlier, you and I, about whether or not he should start after the lineup that Santos put out against Switzerland. I don't think Santos screwed up by not starting him.
Santos didn't screw.
I don't think he screwed up by starting.
Santos did what he had to do. He did what he had to do. He won the game against Switzerland. He implemented pretty much the same thing against Morocco. Morocco were just a team that didn't have any conflicts. Switzerland were conflicted. They changed up their game plan. They were a different team. It's like they changed up their identity for that game. They had one thing going and they said, screw that, let's be something else. And they paid. You see what I mean? They paid. And Morocco, they haven't been doing that. They've been very disciplined. And I talk about discipline earlier in the video. And that is what was Portugal's undoing. Morocco did that because they failed to break down Morocco. Look at the possession. It's like me saying to you, let's have a race. Let's have a race or let's have a competition. You're going to have 75% chance basically with the ball to do your thing. And I'm going to only have 26% of it. And I still beat you? What does that say? You see what I mean?
Of course.
What does that? It's like if I give you more players, like take more players, and you still can't beat me. And that is exactly what happened at the end too, because Shadira picked up a red card. Portugal still, with extra time, couldn't beat them.
Yeah. And Spain knows a thing or two about hoarding possession in such a way and not even getting shots on target, which is what at least Portugal was able to do in this match. I think a lot of like the autopsy report of Portugal's elimination is going to be, and already has been by a lot of pundits, like scrutinizing Portugal and Fernando Santos. I really just think they come up against a very well-drilled side that might be on a date with destiny. And I think Portugal played pretty all right. I thought the timing of the substitutions was okay. Ronaldo not starting was okay. Game plan was all right. But Morocco has been unrelenting with not giving up goals in this tournament. And this is nothing new, and like prior to this match in this tournament, I mean. So I just think the reason they failed was because Morocco is just in really good form at the moment.
Definitely. Before we do move on to the next game, look, man, I want to give special mentions to that left back, Atia, whatever his name is, man, Atia Allah. Yeah, man, he got a weird name, but he was good. He threatened going forward. He crossed that ball in for Enes. Big up to El Yamika as well, who stepped in. He gave Pepe a kiss on the head when Pepe missed that chance. So look, man, it was big, man. This is a massive win. I love it, man. I don't know if you saw my reactions, but I went nuts. I'm telling you, I'm happy for Morocco, man. Even though I didn't predict them to get out the group, I didn't predict them to do well. I'm happy that things turned out the way it did. So, look, any closing thoughts on this match before we move on?
I had them doing well in this tournament, and they did even better than I expected. So they defied both of our expectations, and they're going to be relishing this opportunity to eliminate France.
Definitely. Samuel Eto'o, bro, he predicted Morocco to make the final. And he predicted them to get out the group ahead of Belgium, beat Spain, beat Portugal, and beat France. And they're about to do exactly that. That is nuts. We all laughed at Samuel Eto'o, but
he also had Cameroon winning the World Cup.
Yeah, but still, though, he got something right.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? So, look, we had big quarterfinals with Croatia knocking out Brazil, sending shockwaves to the football world, 4-2 on penalties. The Netherlands, Argentina, 4-3 on penalties for Argentina. That was another classic. And we had somewhat of I wouldn't call this one a classic, but I would say that England screwed up so big. This has to be one of the biggest bottle jobs of all time. And how fitting that it's a Tottenham Hotspur player that actually did it. You know, I saw something on Twitter that says you could take Kane out of Tottenham Hotspur, but you can't take the Tottenham Hotspur out of Harry Kane. Oh my God!
Look, really rub it in. It was against a teammate of his in Hugo Lloris.
Exactly, bro. The ball right now is still literally in orbit. It's still in orbit, traveling. You see what I mean? Into space right now.
He's going to be the reason that Martians discover football.
Bro, mission to Mars, bro. Mission to Mars. Harry Kane, the astronaut. Bro, 2-1 to France. I did predict the France win 3-1. What did you go for? England?
I had 2-1, but for England, yeah. And I thought they could have won. I thought they really could have won this match.
And wait, you went for, you went for Portugal too, right?
Yeah, this side of the bracket, I got both quarterfinalists wrong. I had England and Portugal.
So wait, you did predict Croatia to beat Brazil?
No. So my round of 16, I got 8 out of 8 correct.
Wow, that's crazy.
But the quarterfinals, I only got 1 correct. That was Argentina.
Yeah, the round of 16, I could have did better. I could have got all 8, but I just went with a little, something for, entertainment purposes. Yeah. But
I don't think most people had Croatia coming through. That was
nah. No way. If you had Croatia coming through, you would have been a madman, bro. But look, Aurelien Tchouameni, bro, what a goal. And this goal only came about because Kyle Walker went walkabouts, running up, attacking, and left the right side way open. And then when they attacked, then to Mbappe and Co, then they switched the play over to the right.
Yep.
Once they switched the play, England were like all over the place, scampering back. And Griezmann just laying that ball out over to Tchouameni, and that shot, bro. Oh my God, from way outside the box. Listen, man. I don't know, bro. These guys are not even missing Paul Pogba. Listen, everything happens for a reason. If Paul Pogba was in this team, maybe it would have been Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kante in that midfield right there. That's what it would have been. Tchouameni would have been on the bench like Camavinga. Remember, these guys have Camavinga, and Camavinga not even getting minutes. They had to slot him in at freaking left back to just accommodate him in the game. Camavinga can't even get in the team, and he's that good. Because Rabiot and Tchouameni, they've been really, really solid in the midfield, man. And Antoine Griezmann, oh my God.
I think Griezmann's been France's best player this whole World Cup.
But he's not, he doesn't have those, the numbers, the glamour numbers like the goals, you know what I mean? But he does have the assists.
Yep.
But still, though, he's been pulling all the strings, man. And that Tchouameni goal is something special. I heard, right? Listen to how Fox Sports is so bad, bro. So bad. The analysis is hard. So I think it was Clint Dempsey who said,
"Oh no."
He was saying, right, that Clint Dempsey's usually decent, but he was saying the reason why the goal went in was because Jude Bellingham did not close down. He didn't close down Tchouameni in quick enough. And the ball went through his legs and actually blocked Pickford from seeing the ball coming in, and he was way out. I'm telling you. I'm like, how could you come up with that analysis that Jude Bellingham was the reason why Pickford was beaten? You see what I'm saying?
When the actual reason was that England was carved open because in the build up to that, there was Mbappe, I believe, who was running down that left flank, and there was like concentration on trying to stop him there, but it just left England susceptible on the right side. And that's the thing. I thought overall England dealt with Mbappe better than most teams.
Yeah, they did.
But the problem is they have a whole bunch of other guys on there.
And that is what I mentioned in my preview. I said, okay, look, you want to focus on Mbappe. You could deal with Mbappe, but you also got to worry about Giroud, Dembele, Griezmann, and
Rabiot, a whole bunch of
you
them.
know, Chouameni and Rabiot. And that shot, man, oh man, that is something special, bro. This kid, and no, listen, now the world is actually seeing why Real Madrid paid 100 mil for him.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? He
Yeah.
did think he was doing special things at Monaco, in a Monaco side that wasn't even doing anything, and he was playing for France already. But they know his worth, and they splashed that cash on him, and he's worth it, bro. He's worth it. You see what I mean? That
Yeah.
was a special strike to do that at a World Cup in a quarterfinal in a pressure situation like that, bro. Chouameni, man, and the name he got a special name as well, bro. This guy's a legend in the making, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But after England conceded that goal, they were the better team. They were carving France open. They had Upamecano nervous, making a whole lot of mistakes. You know, the Harry Kane foul that was just outside the box, I think. You know what I mean? There were so many things. There were so many stupid mistakes Upamecano made, and then he gave away the penalty. Who gave away the penalty was
It was Chouameni.
Chouameni gave
You
away the
had like a
penalty.
Jekyll and Hyde performance. You had like the moment of brilliance and then a reckless challenge.
Yeah.
Chouameni that game.
Kane stepped up, put away. You know, well executed first penalty, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And after England got that goal, England were on top. I was like, oh man, England about to go on to win this game.
Well, what's interesting is that right when they equalized, France almost caught them off guard because when they kicked off again, England were
right after kickoff.
Yeah, they were almost punished for it because they had kind of gone to sleep there and they were still trying to like get back, but France moved quickly and I think it was Rabiot. He was shot by Pickford, and Pickford was angry.
Yeah,
he was screaming at them like, "God, get back, get back!"
Pickford pulled off a couple of huge saves in this game, and another thing too. This is the first game that Hugo Lloris was actually really tested. Yep. He did nothing all World Cup, and he was scampering all over the place in this game, pulling off big saves. You know, dropping the ball, gathering it back, and you know, England won top. It was England's game to win. And with that being said, bro, I have absolutely no criticism of Gareth Southgate. I think he should continue to be England's manager for as long as he wants because he did the right thing. He got them to another quarterfinal, and these guys screwed up. Harry Kane.
Well, yeah, I mean, England were on top. Harry Maguire came deathly close. That header he had that scraped the grazed the post. It looked like maybe Lloris was gonna meet that because he was diving. He looked like he was gonna get a hand to it.
Yeah.
But the chances that England missed through, I think Kane had a couple of shots as well. Saka, whenever they went on the break, and Hugo Lloris, he made like 5 or 6 big saves here.
That. 16 shots, 8 on target, 8. France got outplayed. The whole world knows this. Everyone knows this.
And the whole world knows that if England won this match, they'd be the favorites to win the World Cup.
Yes.
They would be.
Indeed.
And but the thing is, like, penalties, yeah, they're a test of nerves, but sometimes you miss some, you make some, you miss some, you know? I feel bad for Harry Kane.
I kind of do, but in a way, bro, you know, I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind you know what I mentioned with the whole situation with Spain, that I was glad that, you know, some of the younger guys and even the guys of African descent didn't take the penalties.
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't a Marcus Rashford, you know what I'm saying? Because you could see Rashford trying to make amends late with that free kick, you know what I mean? These guys were trying. Sterling were trying. Bellingham, these guys were trying. Because they wanted to be heroes, you know what I mean? It was a chance for them to be heroes there.
Rashford was close too.
Yeah, he came close. And Kane, I think, was the perfect man to miss the penalty because he's the captain, you know what I mean? He's England's leading goal scorer, which he became level with that goal. He would have gone up ahead of Rooney as well with that goal. And I don't want to be negative or whatnot, but, you know what I mean? He was the right man to miss the damn penalty, man, because And he was also the perfect man to take the penalty because he's deadly when it comes to penalty, bro. And that might be his first penalty miss for England, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, in terms for the national team, he's one of the best spot kick takers I've ever seen.
And the man sent the ball into orbit, bro. Like, God damn,
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Look, it would have looked a bit better if Hugo Lloris saved it because these guys play together and they practice together. It would have been okay, yeah, Hugo Lloris saved it. But to freaking sky it,
yeah.
God damn.
You know why that happened? Because he was trying something new. His comfort zone, he was trying to place it in the roof of the net. I think he got nervous. He got scared because he knows that, look, these guys, him and Lloris, they practice together, the penalties.
Yeah.
And I think he tried something different. And I kind of don't blame him because Hugo Lloris dived to his left, which is where the first penalty went.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a chance that he might have saved it if he had tried to do it the same way. So he tried something different. It just didn't work.
Yeah, it's a psychology, man, because when they go back at Tottenham Hotspur, he could say, hey, man, you know, look at what I did to you. But it's Lloris, the one who got the jokes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this is what Lloris is going to do. When they're practicing penalties, Lloris is going to be like, make sure you keep it within here, okay? You know, not, it'll be funny, but England screwed up, bro. England screwed up because if England had equalized, they take the game to extra time and they win that game. In my opinion, they win that game.
Oh, yeah. I think for sure. They could have won it in regulation. They could have won it in regulation. Could have been 2-1 the opposite way around.
Yeah, well, yeah, my bad. This was an opportunity to go 2-1 up, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, no. Harry Kane's penalty specifically, the second one?
Harry Kane penalty was to what? Equalize, right?
It was to equalize. But I'm saying, like,
wait, was that to equalize? Was that penalty to equalize or was that? Oh, yeah, that was to equalize. But the thing is, right, the crazy thing is, England was so dominant. That's why it's kind of hard to. They were so dominant, and when France got that goal, it was when Giroud that chance that Pickford saved from Giroud, close range. And I was like, wow, how did he stop that?
And in that moment, Pickford was again livid. The ball was cleared out, but France got it back around the halfway line, and the attack continued. And then, like 30 seconds later, the same exact thing, crossing into the box, Giroud, and this time Pickford couldn't save it. So that save that he had was followed up immediately by France scoring because England they couldn't get possession of the ball back. They couldn't, get a proper clearance out, and it's unfortunate because like the back line I think failed Pickford in that instance. He had a good game, and I mean, you saw how emotional Giroud was when he scored that, right?
Yeah. That was a big goal, man. Giroud, I don't know what it is, man. You saw when he attempted some kind of crazy, like, was it him that attempted that crazy attempt? He attempted like a scorpion kick, man. Like, when Giroud, he came up clutch this World Cup, I have to say, man. I got to give it up to him. How many goals he got? Is it 4? Or 3?
He's on 4. And remember last World Cup, you and I grilled him because he didn't score anything.
Yeah. And what's crazy, right, is that if Karim Benzema was at the World Cup, he doesn't start games. You know what I mean? Karim Benzema, remind you guys, is the Ballon d'Or, the current Ballon d'Or winner. He would have been starting.
How do you think, if the France repeats, how do you think this guy's going to feel that his country won 2 World Cups in a row and he played no part in that?
Bro, that I told you is the ultimate karma, bro. The ultimate karma that he's getting. And he's been playing at high levels, winning Champions League, winning La Ligas. And for France, the moment he has the opportunity, nothing happens. You know what I mean? He doesn't make it to the World Cup. Was he part of the Nations League squad that won the last Nations League? Was he there?
Yeah, he was. He was also in the Euros too.
Yeah, I think he was there.
He missed the last 2 World Cups. That's shit, man.
That's the punishment, man. That's what you get. But look, France, they won it 2-1. I have to say, these guys find a goal. They pull a goal out of thin air when they need one, though.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
But England did, I think, expose some weaknesses here. These guys can't keep a clean sheet to save their lives.
And the defenders, man, go back to Theo Hernandez. Like, what kind of dumb decision is that, man?
Ridiculous.
Like,
he wasn't even like in a real like. He wasn't. France wasn't even in danger of conceding that. He just literally just got into the box. You didn't even know what he was going to do with it, and he just comes up behind him, just shoves him.
Exactly. Like, so it's like a stupid bonehead decision, man. Daft, I'm telling you. And he's lucky. He's a lucky Kane Sky that. Another big talking point, bro. What do you think about Kylian Mbappe's reaction to when Kane actually missed the, you know?
Well, you know what's interesting about that is, was he actually laughing? Because when they showed that the first time, it looked like he was like, you know, exactly right there. He was having a laugh. But there was a video that showed from a different angle where he was like, he raised his arms in the air and he was relieved. And it looks more like when you're relieved and you scream at the sky, you know, that kind of emotion.
Bro, he was laughing, bro.
I don't know if he was necessarily laughing.
Kylian Mbappe was laughing. That looks like a laugh to me.
You think so?
Bro, that looks like a laugh to me, bro. You know what I mean?
At first glance, yeah. I mean,
it's like a laugh out of relief. You know, like that nervous kind of laugh, like that happiness. Bro, when someone misses a penalty, you're happy. That's what you feel, happiness. If you're the opposition team, and they did it, and they go into the semis to play Morocco.
Yeah.
You know, and the other semis, we have Argentina versus Croatia. We spoke about that previously. And what we're going to do for episode 22, we are going to be talking about the semifinals briefly, you know, and getting into that. So, guys, make sure you go check out that episode as well. Episode 22, the semifinals 2022 World Cup. Look, anything else we need to add for today's episode here for these quarterfinal matches?
It was not as dramatic of a game day as the first pair of the quarterfinal games, but history was made. The England-France match was one of the best games of the tournament. It's end-to-end stuff, and we're down to the last four. I think we have a pretty good last four for the World Cup.
What do you think about the refereeing, though, overall? You know, you think it's been a bit suspect at times, or you think...
Yeah. I think this guy, Lajos, who was the official for the Argentina-Netherlands match, he let that get out of hand. He should have had better control in the game. 17 yellow cards. Even there was a few players who got off the hook.
And the red card at the end too, you know.
With Dumfries.
And do you think in the Morocco game that Chadira deserved that red card, or he should have been given a stern warning? And then, you know, that referee was a bit suspect too, in my opinion.
Yeah, you could make a case for that. And I also think in this match here,
this referee was very, very poor, in my opinion.
Yeah, there were moments when Bukayo Saka was getting hacked by the French team, and like there was no calls being made. I'm like,
he wasn't decisive enough. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you mentioned that about the officiating, because did you hear Portugal was really upset in the post match? They were saying how like both Pepe and another player were saying that I don't know how you could have an Argentine referee when Argentina is still in the tournament.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But that's like...
But it's just excuses, though.
It's excuses.
Yeah. But we'll talk about this some more, bro. Do the honors.
Thanks for having me on. Hopefully we'll see you. It's episode 2, guys. Episode 22, God willing. You find me on Twitter, Football Pharaoh, at Soccer Pharaoh. That's at @soccer_Pharaoh. Subscribe to my channel. Link in the description box below. Till then, peace out.
Peace and cheers. Guys, you could definitely find him on Twitter, man. When you can't get him on the cell phone, get him on Twitter, okay?